Quick little segue, Cave Maniacs, before we hop into this week's episode. I got to tell you about some stuff we got coming up. On June 24th through the 25th, we will be at the Oklahoma City Pop Culture Con. So yeah, if you guys are in the area, come and check us out. Also, we'll be in Oklahoma City on August 5th and the 6th for their Horror Con. And one of our favorite shows that we always go to is Cowtown Comic Con. That is going to be September 30th through October 1st. And yeah, you can follow us on our social media to stay up to where we're going. And don't forget to check out gabescave.com for all kinds of cool merchandise, new hats and new shirts. Welcome to this episode of Gabe's Cave. I'm Uncle Nasty.
And I'm Brandon.
And together, we are awesome. We've got a very interesting topic for you guys today. It's controversy in comics again. But before we get into that, let's take a minute and thank our sponsor, RPGhiring.com. Thank you, RPGhiring.com. We couldn't do all this without you. We're about to jump into this topic, but before we do that, let's go ahead and get these giveaways out the way.
Congratulations to the winners, and last place, you get a loot box.
You lucky dog, you.
Love you.
Yep. Controversy in comics. It was popular last time we did it. Got a lot of views. We talked about the Joker having a baby. This is probably way more controversial at the moment.
Especially if a lot of artists have platforms and they can shout it from the rooftops.
Oh yeah, and they are shouting it from the rooftops, make no mistake about it. So the topic is AI-generated comic book covers, specifically for the big three, being Marvel, DC, and Image Comics. If I would have took a bet on who would have been the first of those three to do some stuff like this, I'd have lost, because I wouldn't have picked Image.
No, they seem like more of an artist.
Yeah, artist friendly.
A creator friendly company.
But that ain't what happened, Brandon.
That is not what happened.
This is the last of the Barbarians, or the last Barbarians, just the last Barbarians. This guy, Brian Haberlin down here, he is the artist that they credit all of the covers to. I should have grabbed all of them. I just grabbed this one because this was the one that was specifically on the Twitter deal that I read that made me want to talk about this cover with you guys. And he basically admitted that, it was AI generated. And I mean, really, you can kind of tell, and it's not even that good.
I don't know. It has its aesthetic value.
Look how big her ear is.
I get it. But all the covers had some aesthetic value. And I think when you're looking at it from a distance, it all looks good.
Right.
And this is the first openly AI generated
openly
stated. I wonder sometimes if some people.
Here's the problem. We're an artist. We're artist people. I mean, if you can't tell, we have an artist interview every episode. We normally do nothing but highlight artists and stuff and writers and creators when we go to cons. We know people right now that are extremely talented, that are busting their butt, and I mean literally hitting every convention they can, traveling all the time, missing important things with their families, trying to build reputation and a name. And any of them guys could have done an amazing cover on this book. And instead of them getting the work, there's an AI generated cover on this book. And that's where I draw the line. It's hindering. It's not helping, it's hindering. People say, well, AI's here. It's not going anywhere. But there's a place for it.
But typing in a bunch of sentences to get a piece of art is not really art, is it?
No.
I mean, I went to an AI generator and typed in a bunch of stuff, goofy stuff like Frazetta Batman, and it popped up. Frazetta Batman, and it took 2 seconds. There was no skill involved. There was no thought process. I just typed in Frazetta Batman.
I typed in the baddest man on the planet, and it gave me a mix between Ken Shamrock and Mike Tyson. I called it Ken Tyson.
Ken Tyson, nice.
Yeah, he looked like a Tekken character. We all can agree. If you're watching this right now, please, if you disagree with us about this being I say it is not a good thing. If you disagree with us, I know that I'm going to have a bunch of people agree. But if you disagree, explain yourself. Don't just I disagree. Explain yourself. Give Uncle Nasty a chance to hop on that comment.
And one thing I could say on the side of Brian Haberman is that he came out and said it. This is AI generated. He didn't try to pass it off as, oh yeah, I painted this. And
he ain't no Perillo, is he, dog?
He's no Perillo. But look, he didn't try to pass it off as something it wasn't. He just straight up was honest about it. Said, hey, this is AI generated. And that's what I can assume that Image was like, hey, let's be the first company that had an AI generated comic. And I think that's maybe their mindset. I don't know. But let me put this out there. Why is AI generated art not really art? So let me put it in perspective for you.
Yeah. Tell them how come it sucks.
So, for this to be created by AI, elements of this, pieces of it, already have to exist by an actual artist.
That's right.
AI takes already done art, already established art, and mixes it together to create this art.
Yep.
So basically it's stealing from multiple sources to make this.
Every time an artist goes to promote their art and they put it on the internet and it gets shared, it goes into this river pool of information that these AI capable machines reach out and just grab from.
And this is why artists should be even more angry, because every time you post a piece of art on your Facebook, on Google, on your website, you basically have put another piece of art in the database for AI to generate something for somebody.
Yeah.
And that should make you incredibly angry.
Not only that, but I mean, they know that the river that they're swimming in smells fishy, because now it's to where you can't get licensing and, like, what is it when people can't steal your stuff? Copyright. You can't copyright AI generated art. Well, that lets you know something. So, like, he can't copyright this cover. So if you guys want to go get this put on a t-shirt and go sell it, go for it, because he can't copyright this image. It's Google it. I'm not. Yeah.
Because it's not really his art. It
No.
It was taken from different sources. And you'll notice that all of these covers, and while they look good from a distance when you look at them, you'll notice that they all seem familiar, right?
Yeah.
They all have like a familiarity to them. It's because they are. They are familiar to you. They're taking iconic images. Doesn't this look like something out of The Witcher?
Let me see the hands.
Yeah.
Let me see the hands. Rob Liefeld.
Yeah. It looks like something out of The Witcher. It looks like Cersei, and they put some armor on her.
Or an elf girl from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, definitely. No doubt. It just, everything that it does, it looks familiar.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the deals why it works so well with grabbing people's attention, is because it does look familiar. It's like subconsciously, like, it's familiar to you. Like you feel right at home looking at this. What do we do about this as a community? I don't know. Apparently all the artists and everybody that's out there griping about it it's not doing any good.
And companies pumping it up is not helping.
Oh no, not at all. Todd McFarland, you should be ashamed of yourself, and I can't I can't believe that I ever said that about you. Honestly, I mean, and I know that you're probably not the person that's directly over like all the happenings in that area, but there's no way this happened and you didn't know it was going to happen. No way did this get approved and somebody didn't say, hey, look, Todd, we're going to put this AI generated cover out. There's no way that happened and you didn't approve it. And if you think that fans are going to stand by you when an AI generated cover pops out on a Spawn comic, you're crazy, dog. Like, you're lucky this is the last of Barbarians and probably nobody's going to care about this book. I'm just saying.
Besides being controversial.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I can tell you, we work at the physical store as well, at the Gabe's Cave physical store, and that's how I've sold out of all these covers is, hey, I'm not promoting it, but you might want to buy it because it was AI generated, and you know what that means. Controversial. It means it's controversial.
But I believe you had some tweets relating to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This
Let's check out what some people around the world have had to say about this. Dave S. last name says this is so embarrassing and an insult to all the hard work artists have put into their books. I agree here. Running Critter says that cover is a joke. Hair melting into the skin of her arms, her ear displaced from her face. You might have saved a few bucks by not paying an actual artist, but you are losing your audience. Zero investment, zero profits, I guess. AI cover and at least one ripped off character. Siri design. How could you miss that while accepting this project? And then it shows the character that they're talking about that they ripped off. Jones says, what about this made you think this was okay to print? Beyond the ethical issues, her face looks like it was pasted into an entirely different picture. If a human brought this to you, you would have not approved this. If this is really an AI cover, that's disgusting, and I just lost a little bit of respect for image and trust in the industry. We literally see where this is going, guys. I could read every one of them, and they're all going to be pretty similar. There's like one or two people in there that are arguing, like, AI is here to stay, you might as well get used to it. Yeah, whatever. I mean,
it makes you wonder who went into the AI and generated a script for comics.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're done talking about it. It's your turn to hop in the comments and let us know what you think. We'll respond to you and we'll talk to you.
Or physically fight you.
Or, yeah. Show up, baby. 2101 North College. I can clock out. We don't approve. We're artist people. We love our artist friends. Anyway, let's get into this week's Meet the Artist.
What's up, Ken Salinas? What are you up to today?
What's going on, Mark?
I'm doing
How
great.
are you, bud?
Man, I am absolutely incredible. Thank you for joining us today for another awesome artist interview. You've been doing cards with us for what, a couple of years now? 3 years?
Yeah, a couple of years.
Yeah. And so if for those that don't know, Ken is known as the Voodoo King, or what do you call yourself? Voodoo what?
I just call myself Lord Ken Salinas, but known for doing the Voodoods. I trademark a design. It was pop culture voodoo dolls, and they went crazy, which is great. I absolutely accept it and love it.
You know, I was actually looking for your cards a while ago because we have like a big box this time of year full of cards from all the artists. And I was looking through them and I thought, I missed them. I can't find them. And then I seen, you know, because you can look at people's signatures and you really, you know, you can't tell.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, on the back, I think yours was pretty, let's show you your signature. I looked at that signature right there and I thought, oh, it's finally it. So it was funny because normally you have Voodoo's characters. And so I know you have one here, but you kind of fooled me this time. So amazing work. I mean, I knew before you started doing Voodoo what kind of work you did, and you know, and then you started doing Voodoo, and that's really what most people know you by now, right?
Yeah, that kind of took over a bunch of stuff. But and of course, I've done the Voodoo's cards for you, and I just kind of did want to surprise a little bit and come up with something a little bit different, out of the box, I guess you could say, and do a little bit different design work that I thought it'd be fun.
Ken, just tell us a little bit about you. I know you've been drawing for a long time. You started doing tattoos and becoming you're a tattoo artist now, right? How long have you been?
I've started doing tattoos. People kept asking me if I did tattoos or it's just one of those questions as an artist that you get. Oh man, do you do tattoos? Do you do tattoos? And I always said no. And I started learning about a year ago, and I've done several tattoos at this point. It's a little more nerve-wracking. I'm getting more confident in it, but it's a lot of commitment to do the tattoos versus being able to erase something, throw a piece of paper away. That's not a biggie.
So do you do like, so I've seen, I know when I got my tattoo several years ago, they took my picture, printed it off on some kind of transfer paper, and then they wet it just a little sticky tattoo, they do. And then,
yeah.
Is that what you do too?
Oh, I can absolutely. So I've done both. I've done where, it's a particular design that somebody wants. So of course that's, you go through and you put a stencil on, and you kind of make sure learning to work with a stencil, you have to not rub on it. So you got to start in one corner, kind of work your way up. That way you're not pulling that stencil off. But at the same time, I've also done freehand stuff to where I basically just took a marker and went through, or a pen, and designed something on the skin itself, and then just kind of followed it and did the freehand that way.
So when did you start drawing?
I started drawing, when I was 4 or 5 years old, and fell in love with it, and I did it all the way up to junior high, a whole bunch. I've had friends of mine that actually brought me T-shirts that we used to sit there and do with markers back in junior high, and it was funny because it was like Calvin and Hobbes stuff, amazing things. Like I hadn't seen this stuff in so many years, and they're like, "Oh, I still got that in the closet that you did way back." But then I gave it up for darn near about 20 years or so. Picked it back up about 13 years ago. Decided I wanted to pursue something with it, and really gave it my all. And I've been a full-time artist for about the last 8 years, which has been just completely amazing. Traveling, meeting, like yourself and so many other supportive people that really, the whole community, at this point that does and makes collectible stuff. And it's just been an amazing journey, and meeting some legends and stuff. And of course you have so many that come in and out of your store as well. But it's just been great. I can't be more thankful for followers and supporters that come out and support this stuff, man. It's been amazing.
Well, I know we definitely need to have you in our shop one day. I know you have a busy schedule. You're practically booked up every week. Seems like every weekend.
It gets crazy. It really does. I do a lot of in and around the area, like actually around the country, from Albuquerque. Here in Texas, there's so many different shows. I've got one show a month, definitely from now till August so far. But of course, and then I've got different shows, Comic-Cons and stuff that are popping up that I'm doing as well. So it's a lot of planning, really trying to get in there and jump in there and try to put the new stuff out there for, to be able to represent that at the same time. So it's not the same old stuff every time I'm out.
Well, you do like, I mean, how many actual covers have you done now? Do you know?
Say again?
How many actual covers? So I know you do a lot of comic book covers. Do you have?
I don't know the exact number. I want to say that at this point it's close to about 50 covers that I've done, which has been great. Absolutely freaking great. I know this year one has released, and there's about 7 more that people haven't seen that are done. Basically, just waiting on either Kickstarter. It's been great. My first UK release happened. That was the first one that came out this year. A book called Not Tested on Animals that I had finished last October. That went for sale and sold out right away. So that was really cool.
Not tested on animals?
Yeah, Not Tested on Animals. It's a neat concept on how basically they were testing stuff on animals. The scientific room or the lab something goes bad, explosions happen, and at the end of that first issue, you get to see that one of the animals has actually taken on a human form, so to speak, and it's really neat. The interiors were fantastic. I was actually looking for that book. I have no idea what happened to it. It's around here somewhere. I put it somewhere. Someone purchased the book for me. I did not get comps for that, but the word got out that I didn't even have it, and that it was a pretty hot book, and someone actually bought that book for me and sent it from the UK out here. So I got one of those books. It's pretty cool.
Well, let's talk about your cards, because I know you've already been on here for a long time. So we appreciate your patience with our technology and things that we have problems with today. And anyway, your cards are phenomenal. I mean, unreal what you can do and the talent that you have. By the way, I'm just going to let you know your haircut makes you look so much younger. And
does it? Thank you.
So much different. I mean, I bet the ladies are just lining up for you now.
It became a pain in the butt to have really long hair. I hadn't cut it for several years, and it's funny because I showed up to the same place, the same lady that cut it the last time, like 3+ years ago. She's like, it's been a while. And I was like, yeah. She was like, are you gonna like trim it up? And I was like, no, I want it gone. She's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I want it gone. I'm doing nothing with it. So
are you gonna keep it like that for a while?
Yeah, I think so. It's I like the getting up and just kind of going. Like, this is just seriously messy from just laying in bed. So it works.
Well, it makes you look a lot. I don't know, a lot younger. I know that. All right, so let's talk about Mothman. I believe that's who that is, right? The first one?
Yeah, that is Mothman. Yeah.
Are you still into MetaZoo? You still collecting MetaZoo?
I have a lot of MetaZoo stuff. It's cooled off, but it's all the right after the Kickstarter, the first edition stuff that I have. I still try to get like the show exclusives from like Collecticon or things like that when they're doing those. So I do have quite a few of those, but Mothman that's what actually got me into the MetaZoo was Mothman. That was always been a cryptid type person, and I had just done a Mothman in the Voodoos, and I was in New York and realized there was this big display of this Mothman, and I was like, what the heck is this deal? I found out it was a card game, and that was their mascot, and so that's what got me into the MetaZoo stuff. So
well, it's probably my favorite card in your batch this time for me. And then you got Hellboy. It's Hellman now. I don't know why they keep calling him boy, but he's a man now. But anyway,
yeah.
Green Goblin, Spawn. I don't know this other one. What is this one on the end?
That was from Death Note.
Death Note.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who. I don't know that.
I think
Death
it's
Note is
pronounced
anime.
Wave. Some Death Note is like a
Anime.
black angel death type guy that he brings death basically on it. It's a cool anime.
It is actually cool. It looks like it's all pins. Is that correct? Or markers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you got, another Lord in the house. Your Lord who? Ken Salinas.
Yeah.
You got Lord Vader.
Yeah.
So this is who is this? Scream? Venom?
No, that's actually Carnage. So I wanted to do Carnage, Venom, and Anti-Venom.
Yeah, Anti-Venom. That's what I mean. Anti-Venom. Yeah. All right. So I know she's on Demon Slayer. I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
But she's one of everybody's favorites. What is her name? Do you know?
Oh gosh.
See, I put you on the spot.
I forgot. I forgot.
I know she's off Demon Slayer.
I didn't draw it till I watched the anime, but I've forgotten her name because I always do that. I always make sure that like at least I know something about the show before I draw it.
And this one here is Venom, and then you have Carnage. So really, I should have put it like this right here. How about that? Which I'm sure that, we have a lot of Venom, Carnage fans. I'm sure that's probably going to be some of their favorites. Darth Vader is going to be some of their favorites here. But, I'm still the Mothman. I do like the Mothman. It's creepy. I mean, that is a creepy looking card. But
thank you very much.
Cool as can be. And that definitely is my favorite of the set. Normally we talk about different, what kind of mediums and stuff you use. I mean, we've interviewed you several times over the years. Let's just talk. What do you got going on? What do you got going on in your life?
Well, I've been pretty busy doing more cover stuff, which is really great. Like I said, there's the probably 7 at this point that are just sitting there waiting to get released. I've got for Charter Comics one called Valhalla. I've got one called from Nut Brigade. And I wish I could sit there and tell you exactly what's going on with all these covers, but they're one of them's an homage, which is going to be pretty evident when you see it, and one of them was really cool. Actually, I was talking to Chris yesterday, and he really liked the cover, which is fantastic. And he asked me, he was like, "Hey, did you get the interiors?" And I hadn't seen the interiors at all. So he sends me a couple shots of the interiors, and it's like dead on from the cover. The beard, from the king, and like the way he looks, and and it was just one of those things that was just uncanny that it looked like the interior pages that were being done. And I thought that was fantastic. I've got a book that I've done with Murat that'll be coming out Kickstarter also. There is McLean McGuire also. He's got a couple books that he's been working on. His son actually worked on a book where I did a cover for his son. It's a pretty cool little story that he wrote. And it's always nice to, give back to the kids and stuff. And, being that it's McLean and he letters or does it in the interior stuff and puts the stuff together. So amazing that his son wanted to do his own book. And years ago, when my son was, I want to say 7, 8 years old, he worked on a comic book called Sharkbird #1, which he got graded, and he's in the system as well as having a book. So it's pretty awesome to do that.
I have one book. That's it.
Do you have one?
I have one. Office Place, remember?
Which one is it?
Office Place.
Oh, yeah, the Office Place. That's right. Yeah. I didn't get to do a cover on that one. that existed before you met me, though.
No, I actually had met you. I'd met you.
Had you already met me?
Oh yeah. Because I met you way before we even started doing anything like that.
Maybe it was Gabe that because that's what it was. I had seen y'all, but I don't think we had connected, and then it was one day that Uncle Nasty was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing." He's like, "Come on." That's when I officially met you guys, and that was it. I think that was Cowtown's first show. I think, and then from there we went and did amazing stuff. Man, we've just had such a fun time at the different shows that we've all been together.
You heard it. That's good. Well, I know I can sit here and talk to you all day and everything, but I don't want to do that. I just want to thank you for, you've been friends with us since we met. You've been awesome to hang around with. And I just appreciate you. I wish you continuous great success in your journey.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.
Are you open for commissions?
I can be. If I am open for commissions, I stay open for commissions. However, at this point, your commission might take 2 months before you get it.
That's okay. I mean, I've done commissions where it's been over a year.
Yeah, and I've never done that kind of I try not to get to that kind of a backlog because I'll forget stuff. I know I will, and I don't want to be like that. But it's it's my way of living. So of course I'm going to do it, and I'm going to put out whatever I can, whether it's the books, the commissions, sitting here doing sketch covers, trying to do those daily for again doing conventions or what have you, so I can have that different stuff, whether it be comic book sketch covers, prints, you name it, having tennis shoes. One of the new things that I started doing.
Oh, them are cool. Them are real cool. They call me Drool Pool.
Do they do?
Yeah, I'm Drool Pool. The original, one of the original OGs. Of Gabe's Cave.
That's awesome.
You remember Rick and Flash and Drool Pool?
Drool Pool.
Yep.
I love it.
So where can people find you at? Because see, our goal, Ken, is really to just promote artists and just help them stay busy and just share you with the world. Because we have artists all over the world. We have people watching all over the world now. Where can people reach you at to get commissions?
If you go to any of the socials on Voodoo, that was my cat who just completely latched onto me. Oh, I think she wants to say hi. There, say hi. And Voodoo's, VOODOODZ. Whether it's Facebook, Instagram, you can message me direct. My inventory changes quite a bit, quite often, so I don't have an actual standalone store. I'm working on getting my website up to where it has more of like dates where I'll be at different shows, things like that. But you can always message me direct, and I'll be happy to talk to you. I answer all my own messages, emails, you name it, and on a daily basis. So I usually am not going to sit there and you won't wait 2-3 days to get an answer or response usually. If you do, then you're in a hidden folder and just keep messaging me. So,
well, we appreciate again. Your information will be down in the description of the video, so people can see it. And we really, like I said, wish you the best luck this year. I know 2023, you're going to be doing amazing things, and we're just excited to be able to come hang out with you. I know we're going to be hanging out with you. I think at a couple of cons this year for sure.
Yeah.
But hopefully we will have you in the shop pretty soon. When we get
That'd
off
be
here,
amazing. I would love to. I would absolutely love to go and hang out there for a day or a weekend. Whatever you got going on.
I'm gonna look on my calendar. I'm gonna get on my calendar as soon as we can, as soon as I get off here, and we'll see if we can book a date. Because I know our customers here would love to meet you. And, you know, I know a lot of them's been following you ever since, you know, we started promoting you and everything. So definitely want to see you in the shop and just get to hang out with you for a weekend.
I'd be happy to be there. And like all the cars that you have and stuff, those you're still giving those away, right?
Absolutely. These cards here? Oh, yeah, they're going to be given away this week.
It's free. That's free stuff, y'all. Look at them giving you free stuff.
Original artwork, free, baby.
Hey, I don't think you're going to get free stuff when you see me in a store, but I mean, at least his free stuff got you there.
Well, Ken,
I don't know. We could work something out.
Thanks again for coming on board with us and, you know, joining us on our adventure. And we love you, man, and we just appreciate you and everything you do.
Thank you, man. I love you guys, everybody, every one of the family members, and Elvira's cooking too. Oh my gosh, like y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know this guy's spoiled.
I can't lose weight. I keep gaining weight. She was cooking this morning.
Oh, man, I've only had it one weekend, you know, but oh my gosh, it's one of those that's definitely memorable. Well, shoot, even yourself. I mean, you're an amazing cook yourself too.
Well, thank you. That's my that's my talent.
There's not many people that I know that can sit there and be like, there's 40 of y'all. How do y'all want y'all steaks? And give me a few minutes, we'll cook those up for you. I mean, that blew my brain, man. It really did.
Well, I've seen you whip out a drawing in about 15 minutes, so surely I can whip up a steak.
That's awesome. That is definitely an art that I don't know how to do. So,
well, come on down and come on over here, up and over here, and we'll make sure you get fed well.
That sounds awesome.
All right, thanks for joining us today, and appreciate it very much. Have a great day, bud.
Thanks, buddy. Good to see you.
Hope you guys enjoyed that segment of Meet the Artist. We always enjoy talking to these guys. Some of them we've talked to several times, and some of them we've only talked to for the first time, but it's always a treat. This was Controversy in Comics, Cave of Maniacs. Until next week, Uncle Nasty.
Peace out.